Hi, I'm Tricia Gray from SingLikeAStar.com, and this is how to pronounce vowels when singing. This topic is an essential part of learning how to sing correctly. Understanding correct vowel production will enable you to sing freely and easily without strain and pain wherever you're singing, high, low, or in between. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to refer specifically to vowel production in the bridges of the voice, where most singers get stuck as they try to ascend in pitch from the lower register to the upper register. When ascending from the bottom notes to the upper notes, singers often get stuck in the chest voice or try to push through the break area, which we call the bridge, like this. Ah! Notice how it's going really wide and I'm shouting and pressing as I get to the top. This kind of singing results in vocal damage and hoarseness. Many times singers compensate for not being able to sing freely in the upper registers by putting all their songs in lower keys and singing everything in the chest voice, which is very limiting in terms of range. A much better method is to learn to transition through the first bridge of the voice. Now, there are other bridges too, but the first bridge is usually the trickiest one. So we're going to try to learn to transition through that first bridge in order to sing the higher notes in our mixed voice. A bridge is a series of transitional notes that allow us to shift from one vocal coordination to another, just like shifting gears in an automobile. We want to be able to do this very smoothly, with no noticeable difference between the bottom and the top of the voice, and with no perceivable change in tone quality. The female first bridge begins somewhere around A flat or A above middle C, maybe even B flat, and extends up for several notes. The male first bridge starts at E flat, right around E flat or E above middle C, and again extends upward several notes. If we're going to be able to transition smoothly through the bridges, we need to be able to narrow in the bridges. So what does that mean? This phenomenon was described by Luciano Pavarotti, the late great tenor, who described it as a reoccurring figure 8, kind of like this. The voice blooms on either side of the bridge and narrows in the bridge. All voices have more than one bridge, but the one that is the most difficult for us singers is the first bridge. So we narrow in the bridge by altering the vowels slightly. Vowels have a spectrum from narrow, most narrow, whoo, which allows more head voice, to the widest vowels like ah and ah, which will drive us more to our chest voice. If we substitute a slightly more narrow vowel for the one that is causing us to get stuck, we're able to release enough to mix, which will allow us to continue going upward in the song. So, for example, in the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow, if I said, somewhere, notice I'm kind of yelling there, right? If I narrow that vowel slightly to somewhere, somewhere, somewhere over the rainbow, I'm able to get into that mix very easily. I can even take it higher. Somewhere over the rainbow. I'm actually saying we're instead of where. Somewhere over the rainbow. But you're probably hearing it as where. And it's very easy to sing. I'm getting into my mix very easily using this concept of narrowing the vowel slightly. Another thing to remember is not to go like this when you sing. I see singers doing that all the time, and it's absolutely incorrect. That singer's smile concept is not correct. What that does is it forces you to lift your larynx and hike your larynx and causes muscle tension. You want your mouth to be absolutely relaxed and just kind of neutral. I'm Tricia Gray from SingLikeAStar.com, and this has been How to Pronounce Vowels for Singing. You should be singing with much more ease, strength, and confidence after viewing the preceding lessons. Be sure to review all the lessons from the beginning if you haven't done so yet. If you'd like to learn more, I work with students all over the world using Skype, iChat, and speakerphone. Visit the Get Started page on my website at www.singlikeastar.com to book an intro session with me where I can diagnose your voice and give you an immediate plan of action to address any vocal issue. And be sure to subscribe to YouTube/Tricia Gray, that's TRICIAGREY, for lots more singing tips and lessons to come.